Section 10. These are places of embarkation and disembarkation of officers at custom port. This section is only for the custom port, not even airport. And this section is saying that the commissioner having jurisdiction at the custom port can fix the places where from an officer can embark on any vessel, and also the places where the officer should disembark. Within that area only, officers will have a right to authority to embark and disembark, because that area is under the total control of the custom department, and this provision is meant for the safety of the officers. Right. So where from they are embarking, everything is under the control of customs. And before the vessel departs from that place, everything is under the control, so they can disembark. So nothing wrong can happen within this area. Outside this, risk is involved. So to eliminate the chances of risk, the provision has been made that the commissioner having jurisdiction over the custom port can fix the places where from officer can embark on any vessel and where they should disembark. So the commissioner having So the commissioner having jurisdiction over the custom port can fix the places what for, where from officer can embark on any vessel and the places where they should disembark. Okay. So this is another chapter under the Customs Act. Now, if you have noted, we can go on the text and refer the text, what is given there.
Noted, sir.
So we go to this portion. Now see, section 8, what it says: power of approved landing places specify the limit of customs area. The principal commissioner or the commissioner of customs may approve proper places in custom port, custom airport, coastal port for unloading and loading of the goods for any class, and specify the area which is a custom area. So custom area once appointed, that is automatically a fixed place for loading, unloading, embarking, disembarking. Section 9 already omitted. Section 10 says the principal commissioner of customs or commissioner by notification the official gazette appoint in or near the custom port a boarding station for the purpose of boarding or disembarkation from vessels by officers of the customs. So this is chapter 3 under the Customs Act, section 7, section 8, section 10. Section 9 does not exist, that has been omitted. I hope everything is simple and clear till now.
Sir.
Now we move to the next section, and that is about prohibited goods. Prohibited goods. So prohibited under section 11, the central government may prohibit import or export or both of any article, either absolutely or conditionally. Who is entitled to exercise the powers here?
Central government.
Here it is central government. Under section 7, who exercise the powers? You start from section 4. Under section 4, who exercise the powers?
CBI.
Section 4, appointment. Who exercise the powers? CBIT. Right? Under section 6, who delegated the authority?
The central government.
The
Central
central
government.
government. Under section 7, again, appointment of various places. Who made the appointments?
CBIT.
CBI.
CBIT. Under section 8, the custom area. Who did that?
The commissioner.
Under section 8, places of embarkation. Who did that?
The commissioner.
Again, the commissioner, right? And under section 11, who's doing? Central government. So the central government may prohibit either import or export of both of any article, either absolutely or conditionally. Right. So when it is conditional, and if condition is satisfied or fulfilled, then prohibition does not apply. So when it is a conditional, it should not be called as a prohibition. That should be referred as a restriction. But by chance, it is being referred as a prohibition. So now, continuation. Where prohibition is conditional, and if condition is satisfied, prohibition does not apply. What do you understand from this? Tell me, what do you understand? Any example that comes to your mind about the conditional restriction or prohibition? I've given, for example, arms and ammunition. Whether import of arms and ammunition is prohibited or not.
Prohibited.
Yes, sir. Prohibited.
They have license, then probably they are.
If those are prohibited, where from army gets missiles? How come Air Force got the new fighter aircraft?
They have to be procured by the authority. Then it is not.
There has to be a proper authorization, right? I've said arms and ammunition. Take example, explosives. Every mining company requires explosives. So if they don't have a license, how do they import? Right? So these are called conditional prohibitions. If you fulfill the condition, prohibition doesn't apply to you. Otherwise, it is prohibited. Getting the example?
Yes, sir.
Right? So these are not prohibited. Now, say for
Conditionally
example,
prohibited.
that is conditionally prohibited. Right? Now, shooting. That is gun, revolver. Those are also part of Olympic Games. Right? Now, if somebody is participating in that game, how does he acquire the revolver or the gun? Unless he's having the license. So once he's having the license, he's authorized to procure those things. Otherwise, cannot. So that is the meaning of conditional prohibition. So under this section, the government is having authority to prohibit import or export, or both, either conditionally or unconditionally. And further said, if it is conditional and the condition is satisfied, prohibition does not apply. Is this part clear?
Clear, sir.
Now, some examples why import should be prohibited and why export should be prohibited. Only example. There is a long list in the section, but I want you to understand. Why the import should be prohibited. Protection of domestic industry. Protection as well as promotion, both, not only protection. Public health, safety, property, ecology. All protection is the responsibility of the government. Maintenance of law and order, export, to ensure supply availability, in India. Protection of national heritage, right? These are few examples. There's not the end of the list, and there is something common also for both. But before we refer, let's see what is there in the section 11. You'll get to know more. See here. The central government is satisfied that it is necessary so to do for any of the purposes specified in subsection 2. It may, by notification in the official gazette, prohibit either absolutely or subject to such condition to be fulfilled before or after clearance as may be specified in the notification, the import or export of goods or of any specified description. So this is what I said. The central government is empowered to prohibit import or export or both of any of the articles, either conditionally or unconditionally. Now, what are the reasons? See, now here's a list, and there is no bifurcation import export. I have tried to make it separate. The what is for import, on what grounds import can be prohibited, and on what grounds export can be prohibited. Maintenance of security. Plants and seeds. What kind of plants and seeds were those? Those may not be suitable for India as per law. As per law, we don't go into the reality. As per law, those may not be allowed. Right now, by chance, if you happen to go to New Zealand, literally no cooked food is allowed to be entered there. No green vegetables can be taken. No food items can be taken to New Zealand. Right. And so many times they require the footwear also to be washed at the airport itself. Even the dust is not allowed to enter there. Right. So number of reasons are there. We don't know exactly what kind of flowers were those, and those may be prohibited as per law. Right. That is one. And the prohibition was in India or in Nepal? Nepal. So that is as per their law. Quite possible that is their specialty. They don't allow the plants or the seeds to be exported therefore. Okay. But in Nepal, generally they don't check anything at the airport. Do they check anything? Yes, that is unfortunate only. I've I've traveled very frequently to Nepal, and not even a single time anything has been checked. Not even a single time. Very frequently I've traveled. Hmm. So I take lots of lectures in Kathmandu. Anyway, so here, just few examples we're talking about. Now, again, come back to the list. So the maintenance of the security, maintenance of public order and standard of decency, then the prevention of smuggling, then prevention of the shortage of the goods, this is it, to ensure supply, conservation of foreign exchange, prevention of injury to the economy, prevention of surplus of agricultural products. Then maintenance of the standards of classification, establishment of any industry, prevention of serious injury to domestic production, protection of the human, animal, plant life, protection of national treasure of the artistic, historic, and archaeological value, conservation of the exhaustive natural resources. These are the reasons given a long list, and I want you to read that list number of times so that by chance if there is some question on that you can answer. Chances of question being there are very, very less, and there are certain common reasons also. There are some of the reasons are common. So these are some I've given specific. You can add more and leave some space for adding more, then close and then write. Protection of intellectual property rights. Right. So import, export, both can be prohibited because of that. Or any direction from United Nations, or again common number 3, any bilateral agreement. These are some of the reasons on the basis of which import and export both can be prohibited. Otherwise, for import, these are the main reasons. For export, these are the main reasons. There is a long list of reasons given under section 11 that you can refer. Okay. So this is about prohibited goods. I hope it is clear.